The atmosphere at BTS's Day 1 concert in Baltimore became even more intriguing when fans noticed a seemingly unexpected moment between Taehyung and Jungkook on stage. During the live performance, Jungkook appeared to invite Taehyung to dance and share a playful embrace, but Taehyung seemed to decline the interaction and kept a little distance. For fans who have closely followed their familiar chemistry over the years, the brief moment immediately stood out. What made the scene particularly interesting was the contrast with the energetic atmosphere surrounding the rest of the performance. Jungkook continued engaging with the members and the audience, while Taehyung appeared more focused on his own position and performance. From certain camera angles, the interaction could look noticeably different from the warm and playful moments fans often associate with the two. Almost immediately, questions began to emerge among viewers watching the concert clips. Was Taehyung simply concentrating on the choreography? Was he tired or reacting to the flow of the performance? Or was the moment nothing more than a spontaneous interaction that did not work out on stage? Without comments from the members themselves, there is no way to know what Taehyung was actually thinking in that moment. For longtime fans of the Taekook dynamic, however, even a few seconds can feel significant. Jungkook reaching toward Taehyung and Taehyung appearing to pull away created a visual contrast that naturally caught attention. Fans may remember countless occasions when the two appeared playful, affectionate, or comfortable around each other, making this particular moment seem unusual to some viewers. Still, one short concert interaction cannot establish that something is wrong between them. Performances are highly choreographed environments, with constantly changing positions, cues, cameras, and timing. Members can also choose different ways to interact depending on the moment, their energy, or what is happening on stage. A single clip, especially from one camera angle, can never reveal the complete story. Yet the question remains, could this simply have been an innocent moment that fans are reading too deeply into? Or is there something about Taehyung and Jungkook's current stage dynamic that viewers have not fully understood? The unanswered questions are exactly what make the Baltimore concert moment so fascinating for fans. So, is this really the end of the Taekook era? Probably far too early to say. What happened during Day 1 may have been nothing more than a brief, ordinary stage moment, but as more clips from the Baltimore concert emerge, fans will undoubtedly continue watching closely, searching for the context behind those few unforgettable seconds. The moment fans least expected unfolded during BTS's Day 1 concert in Baltimore, when Jungkook appeared to reach out to Taehyung for a playful dance and affectionate interaction on stage. With the crowd already energized by the performance, the invitation seemed like a natural continuation of the group's lively atmosphere. But Taehyung's response appeared noticeably different, as he seemed to decline the invitation and maintain his distance. That brief contrast immediately made the moment stand out. Jungkook appeared ready to continue the playful exchange, while Taehyung seemed more reserved and focused on his own performance. It lasted only a few seconds, yet those seconds were enough to make viewers wonder why the interaction unfolded differently from what they might have expected. For fans familiar with Taehyung and Jungkook's many playful moments on stage, the scene naturally created curiosity. They have often been seen joking, dancing, and interacting during performances, so seeing one member reach out while the other appeared to step back created an unexpected visual. But without knowing what was happening behind the scenes, it would be impossible to say what Taehyung was actually thinking. Could it have simply been a matter of timing? Perhaps Taehyung was following a choreography cue, concentrating on his position, or simply not in the mood for that particular interaction at that exact second. Concert stages are filled with movement, cues, cameras, and rapidly changing moments, meaning even an apparently meaningful gesture can have a completely ordinary explanation. Still, the question remains, why did that particular moment feel so different to some viewers? Was it simply an innocent stage interaction that happened to be captured at an intriguing angle? Or was there more context that fans have yet to see? For now, there is no confirmed answer, but that unanswered question may be exactly why this brief Baltimore moment has captured so much attention. For fans who have followed BTS closely, Taehyung and Jungkook have often shared playful moments on stage, whether through spontaneous dancing, teasing gestures, or simply standing close to one another during performances. Their interactions have frequently become memorable parts of concerts because of the natural and relaxed energy they can show around each other. That history is what made the Baltimore moment feel particularly noticeable. Compared with those familiar scenes, Jungkook's apparent attempt to invite Taehyung into a dance or closer, interactions seemed to receive a more reserved response this time. Instead of immediately joining the playful exchange, Taehyung appeared to maintain his position and continue with the performance. The contrast was subtle, but for viewers already familiar with their previous stage dynamic, it was difficult not to notice. Fans may remember other performances where the two appeared comfortable joking around, matching each other's movements, or sharing brief moments of physical closeness while performing. Those memories can naturally influence how viewers interpret a new clip. When a familiar pattern suddenly looks different, even for a few seconds, it can create a sense that something unusual has happened, even when there may be a perfectly ordinary explanation. That is why the Baltimore footage can feel more significant than the moment itself might suggest. The scene does not necessarily prove that anything has changed between Taehyung and Jungkook, but the difference from some of their previous interactions gives fans another detail to discuss. A small gesture can look much bigger when it is compared with years of memorable performances. Ultimately, the contrast raises curiosity rather than providing an answer. Was Taehyung simply focused on the choreography at that moment? Or did the interaction happen at an awkward time? Only the members know what was happening in that particular second. Until there is more context, the Baltimore moment remains an intriguing contrast to the playful stage interactions fans have become accustomed to seeing. One question continues to linger after BTS's Day 1 concert in Baltimore. Why did Taehyung appear to step back when Jungkook seemed to reach out to him? The moment was brief, but the contrast between Jungkook's apparent attempt to initiate an interaction and Taehyung's more reserved response immediately made the scene stand out. For viewers watching the performance, it was a small moment that raised a much bigger question. Yet the most important detail is that Taehyung's reason remains unknown. There has been no confirmed explanation from Taehyung or Jungkook about what happened during those few seconds. Without their perspective, viewers cannot know whether Taehyung was simply following choreography, concentrating on another part of the performance, reacting to the timing, or simply choosing not to join the interaction at that moment. That uncertainty makes the footage especially easy to analyze. A gesture that lasted only seconds can look completely different depending on the camera angle, timing, and what happened immediately before or after it. What appears to be a deliberate step back in one clip could potentially have a much more ordinary explanation when the entire performance is viewed in context. For fans accustomed to seeing Taehyung and Jungkook share playful moments on stage, the unanswered question naturally becomes even more intriguing. Was this simply an isolated moment during a demanding live performance? Or was there another reason behind Taehyung's reaction that viewers have not seen? At this point, there is not enough information to turn either possibility into a fact. And perhaps that is the biggest mystery coming out of Baltimore. Was there actually a story behind those few seconds? Or did fans simply witness an ordinary stage interaction that happened to look unusual? Until Taehyung or Jungkook provide context, the answer remains unknown. And that uncertainty leaves fans watching the footage, again, searching for a detail that might explain what really happened. The Baltimore concert has now raised another question that may be even more intriguing. Is the stage chemistry between Taehyung and Jungkook changing? The brief interaction between them was not enough to prove anything. Yet the noticeable difference in their body, language compared with some previous performances has given fans another detail to think about. Sometimes it is not a dramatic incident that catches attention, but a subtle change in a familiar dynamic. For years, viewers have become accustomed to seeing Taehyung and Jungkook share playful energy during BTS performances, whether through spontaneous dancing, teasing, standing close together, or exchanging quick gestures. Their interactions have often added another layer to the concert experience. That is precisely why a more reserved moment in Baltimore could feel surprisingly noticeable, even if it lasted only a few seconds. But does one different interaction really mean their chemistry has changed? Not necessarily. A live concert involves choreography, stage positions, timing, cameras, exhaustion, and countless other factors that can influence how members interact in any given moment. What looks like emotional distance from one angle could simply be a result of the performance itself. Still, the question remains difficult to ignore. If fans begin noticing similar moments across different performances, will they start wondering whether the dynamic they have become familiar with is gradually evolving? Or will future concerts show Taehyung and Jungkook returning to their usual playful interactions, proving that Baltimore was simply an isolated moment? For now, there is no confirmed evidence that anything has changed between them. The Baltimore moment should therefore be viewed as an intriguing observation rather than proof of a deeper story. But that uncertainty creates the biggest question of all. Are fans witnessing a genuine shift in their stage dynamic? Or are a few seconds of footage creating a mystery where there is nothing more than an ordinary concert moment?